Before we get too deep into this project, today's vlog is sponsored by KiwiCo. Let me just tell you, they are going to come in clutch today. I can feel it already because I need to distract my children while I tackle this garage project. So probably going to be putting Kennedy and Shelby on big sister duty to help the kids do their projects from KiwiCo a little bit later. They will be thrilled. As y'all know, my children are absolutely obsessed in a way that, you know, there's like Swifties. Some kids are like Swifties. My kids aren't Swifties. They don't know anything about like pop culture stuff. They're Kiwiites. Is that a thing? Can it be a thing? We'll make it a thing. They're Kiwiites. They literally flip out and get so excited about doing these projects. So we'll get to that a little bit later. I'm already sweating. My upper lip is sweating. I can feel that happening. I'm sweating in places. It's pretty humid, but I am determined. We have got to get this project done, and we've got to start moving the needle on some of these bigger projects. Just know that if you're like me and it feels like you turn around and it's been a whole nother year and all the things that you had on your list, your sort of best intentions didn't happen, it's okay. Happens to the best of us. Happens to all of us. The worst of us, the best of us. Sometimes we just have to make it happen. You know, when we realize it's not happening naturally, we'll force it like Cinderella's stepsisters in the shoe. We'll make it fit. Now listen, I know that it looks like an absolute just disaster of epic proportions, but hear me when I tell you that I actually already cleaned out and went through a lot of my gardening stuff over here. There's actually been some work done on this space. Now, like, the big push needs to happen. There's a lot of like empty things, empty bins and stuff, homeschool books coming out of my ears, curriculum. Oh my gosh, all of our yard tools, like all of that kind of stuff. I got a portable toilet over here. It's just, listen, propane tank with the weed burner on it. This whole middle section was full of boxes. Those are all empty that I went through the other day. P.S. Watch out for my Poshmark. Will be full of clothes on my Poshmark very, very soon. Beds that we took out when we replaced them. Luckily, I sent out a few texts to my sister and some friends like, hey, anybody want to come pick up any of this stuff, so that I could get rid of some things. This tool side, not my fault. Let's blame Christopher for this side. This is all his fault. We'll just let him take all the blame for this side. But it's also like there's dog grooming stuff over here. We have baby chick brooder stuff. I think because we have so much going on, she's got all these animals to care for and stuff, and the garden, and that's landscape tubing for water irrigation stuff. It's just a lot, okay? There's a lot of things involved with keeping our garden, our farm, the animals all going and healthy. So we just have a lot of, I don't even want to call it like junk or crap, because it's really not. It's mostly useful stuff, not everything. Don't ask what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm trying. You have to make these things fun, okay? Because when you're staring down the barrel of I don't even know how many square foot garage that is full of crap that has to be gone through, and it is 98 degrees with like 100% humidity today, you got to have fun where you can. All right. You just got to find the fun where you can, because it's otherwise a completely miserable task. Damn. Oh, I see the wasp's nest. I think we're gonna have to get Christopher on it. I see the wasp nest. No bueno. Go away. Hey, there's a bird's nest too. There's a bird's nest. Hey, there's like 4 birds' nests up there. You want to see something that's real stupid and funny all at the same time? Literally, wasp's nest up there. Okay, you see the wasp? Look what's in that package right there. Just sitting there, waiting to be opened and used. Probably should have used it before all those wasp nests got up there. That's what happens when you buy stuff with the best of intentions and you don't actually use it, and it piles up in your dirty garage where you forget that you have it. You literally have the solution to your problem sitting right next to the problem. There's a life lesson here that's deeper than the wasp's nest, but I can't bother with it because there's wasps. The best thing, okay, some of the best money I've ever spent is on these, and it wasn't expensive. These QR labels for boxes, so you can put them up find them by scanning them. This is heavy, so I'll explain later. Those are genius. I love them. I feel like my life soundtrack right now. Do you guys remember, shoot, what was that show with Patty Mayonnaise? Do 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 do. Doug? Was it called Doug? It may not look like much, but I promise we are in fact making some serious progress. It is hot, I am tired, and I feel like the wasp hunter with my wasp wand thing trying to kill all of those. But it's time for a quick lunch break. Go inside and we're gonna get the kids set up to do, there's another wasp. Get the kids set up to do their KiwiCo projects. As I previously mentioned, there's a wasp. So rude of these wasps. All right, that's just a butterfly. As I previously mentioned, today's vlog is sponsored by KiwiCo. We have been using their project crates for over 10 years. I think at this point, 9 or 10 years, since Kennedy and Shelby were the age of the twins. That is how much we love these project crates. We're gonna go outside, make some lunch. The kids are gonna do their projects. And of course, because I wouldn't share something so amazing with you without sharing a discount, we have a discount for you if you want to try KiwiCo and try some of the project crates for yourself and for your kids. Give them as a gift. They're fantastic. Okay, let's go inside and get started.
I don't know who ever had the wise idea to try to trick us and convince us that learning has to be boring, because it absolutely does not. It can be so much fun. And if you or your kids are not having fun with learning, you've got to mix it up. You got to try some new stuff. KiwiCo is one of our favorite ways to incorporate some fun into our learning, because they deliver these monthly project crates right to our door with everything that we need. There are like 9 different lines to choose from, so there is going to be something that interests your kid. And of course, these project crates are expertly designed, but they're also kid approved, and you can see that they are Braniff kid approved for sure. My kids love these. They learn about all kinds of STEM topics, but also geography and art. They don't even, I hate to say they don't realize that they're learning, but they don't. And that's really how kids learn best, is through play. It really gives them an opportunity to test things, try things, touch things, feel things, see how they work. Even if you're not homeschooling like we are, you just want some summer things to do with your kids, or you want some things to do with them on the weekend, some time to spend with them. My husband, Christopher, is the one who loves to sit down and work on these projects with our kids. It's such a good bonding time for them. So especially if you've got like a techie engineering kind of husband, he probably really enjoys sitting down and helping your kids with some of the higher level projects that really start to dig into those engineering concepts. It makes things real for kids. It brings different concepts and ideas, things that we would learn about just in a book. It brings them into real life, which is truly the best way to not just learn, but to make that learning durable. It has our family's like 2 thumbs up seal of approval. I really think your family's going to love it too. So you can get 50% off your first month of any of the monthly lines if you use our code NEST. It's down below in the description box, so be sure to check that out and let us know what you think. Let us know what your kids think if you've never tried it before. Our family loves it and has for nearly 10 years, so I think yours will too. All right, y'all. This is the progress we've made thus far. Hopefully you enjoyed the Branifs, plural, versus the wasps. I think the wasps are winning at this point, y'all. I really do. Hey, these little like bug zapper rackets do come in handy when you have to fight so many wasps, but because they're so big, I'm like afraid to smack them with them. Either way, we've made some serious progress here and we've got things a little bit tidier, a little more organized. I still have a lot of things that I need to go through and sort in terms of, making sure that I'm not keeping crap, but this side of the garage is Christopher's side of the garage. Well, it's not his side of the garage, but it's like where all his tools and stuff are. And I don't know. I feel like he needs to do that himself and not me. But I did sort like all of our paint stuff, paint brushes, trim paint, stains. We got our dog grooming stuff, car washing stuff. It's been sorted.
All right, y'all. Garage project day 2. Basically what happened was I, had moved everything out to the driveway yesterday. It's a dang wasp again. And made great progress. And then, as I suspected, the storm clouds in the south, we love to have storms randomly in the afternoon, evening, even though it's been sunny and great all day. So a big rainstorm rolled in and we had to just kind of push everything back into the garage. So there's stuff back in here that doesn't necessarily, let me see, hold on, can you see that? So there's stuff back in here that isn't gonna stay. We just kind of had to like put it back. So it annoys me because it makes it feel like all the work I did just to put it back, but it's all right. It's temporary. So there's still a lot more I want to do in here, and going through all of these boxes, especially like the whole bottom row over there that's all homeschool books and curriculum. I need to sit down and go through those, but kind of my idea was if I could consolidate everything, make it to where it makes sense. I know where it is. Those heavy homeschool boxes are on the bottom. Then now that this like area is cleaned out, when I have time, I can come out and sit down and go through those boxes. I've already gone through a lot, especially in organizing like all of the paint and supplies on that side. I already like went through and got rid of a bunch. There's a few like memorabilia boxes. Sierra and I were laughing at some like pictures from high school yesterday and stuff. I can't get caught up in digging through those boxes right now, those bins right now. I just consolidated them as much as possible and then put them to where I can see them and access them to come back in and do those like grouping by grouping. That's the easiest way for me, because otherwise I would be out here every day for a week trying to go through everything. So that's just like how I make it into like bite-sized chunks so that I can actually get the project done. Still a little more to take care of today, and of course the whole tool side. Basically this whole side over here with all of the tools and accoutrement, nails, all of that sort of stuff, screws, all that project-y stuff. I really can't do this without Christopher's help because the way he likes things, and so I don't want to like step on his toes with his tools and things. But this is kind of the next thing to deal with over here. It's actually not that bad. It's kind of one of those things that looks way worse than it is once you start picking things up and putting them away, because the infrastructure for the organization is already in place. So once you actually start picking things up and putting them away, it goes a lot faster. The other thing I'm going to try to do, because we want to try to keep this garage cleaner and a place that we can actually like come and hang out. And, when I'm working out and CR's working out over here, like I would like it to stay a little cleaner. That's just remembering to shut the garage doors at night so that leaves and stuff don't blow in. Moving a lot of the yard tools, gas powered things to the barn tack room area, because they just by nature of what they are have a lot of grass and dirt and hay and stuff all over them. So that just gets brought in and out of the garage constantly. There's still a lot. Like in an ideal world, I would love to insulate this garage, put up drywall and, walls of some kind, make that side door the like in and out door, and actually make this a extra living space for our family where we could put another mini split in here and heat and cool it and make it another living space for us. That would be, in an ideal world, what I would really, really love to do. And something that we really kind of need to do in many ways for our food storage and everything. There's a lot we can't store out here because of the temperatures. I don't know, maybe if I get it all cleaned up and looking pretty, I can convince Christopher that it's worth the effort to put up the drywall and insulate, or the like insulation and drywall. It's a big project. Like we need another project on our list of things to do, but it's one that would make this, I think this is about I want to say this is like 900 square feet. It would be nice to add essentially 900 square feet of living space, functional space for our family where we can play games and hang out and that kind of stuff. So I don't know. We'll see.
All right, so I'm just loading up some things to take over to the barn tack room area. That is one thing that's on our project list. I don't know if I mentioned, is that we would really love to expand that tack room and barn area, build an overhang area so that we have a place to park the tractor and the mower and the ATV and the things that we need for like farm work, dragging the arena, all that kind of stuff. A place where we can keep them out of the weather and out of the rain. So that's also on our list of things to do, as if the list could get any longer at this point. I do appreciate that CR added all of these pieces of subflooring, like this, the wood sheets. Why can't I think of the words, y'all? I promise I'm not a total ignorant fool, but sometimes the words just don't work. He added those up top so that we could utilize the space up there for storing things. And it's been so handy and helpful because I know exactly where things are. I can sort them. I can get them up off the floor, but I can still easily access them with the ladder. Of course, my camera battery is going to die at some point in this part of the project, so I just have to tell you and give a little shout out to this cleaner that I ended up using once I got everything cleared, because I couldn't wait for Christopher to come over here and deal with this side of the garage himself. It was driving me nuts that everything else was clean and this wasn't, so I thought, let me just start it for him. I'll do the initial clean and then he can come in and actually like sort and organize and stuff like that. But there was a lot of garbage and crap over here, so I did the initial clean of this side for him. How I was able to get all the oil and nastiness off of these counters was with the Crud Cutter cleaner. Y'all, it's amazing. I'll link to it in the description box, but I'm using it on like everything that stands still now because it does such a good job of cleaning. All right, y'all, this whole side has been cleaned. I give myself a little credit here. I did most of this. But Christopher came in and, made everything how he wanted it and reorganized things. Now we can actually get to everything over here that we regularly use. The tables are all clear. Love, love, love. The gym area is all cleaned up. We actually added some more tiles and expanded it a little bit to give us some more space over here. So that is great. We can have a little more space when we work out. And these are all, as you can see, except for this one right here, empty bins. So that's great. It means that as I sort through things and organize them, I'd like to kind of get everything into the uniform bins. And then not fill them back up with more crap. That's the ideal. Hello, Atlas, sir. So there's a few things that still have to be taken care of. This is my grandmother's chest. That's got to go in the house. I'm going to go to Home Depot and get some of the special cleaner that you use to clean grease and stuff off of the floor and get this floor all cleaned up. I did also, which I didn't film, I don't know why, but I gave the fridge a deep clean. Pulled everything out and gave a deep clean to the Garagerator and the freezer so that those are all in great shape as I begin to prep for all of the fall get-togethers and Thanksgiving and the holidays. I know it's July, but when you host as many people as I do, you kind of have to start planning for that stuff way, way, way ahead of time. I feel really good about this. Like I said, it's not perfect and it's not 100% done, but it's much, much better than it was. It makes the space functional. We can see and hear. There's still more obviously to get rid of and stuff, but
I feel like we have organization that makes sense. And crazy as it sounds, I mean, I feel like I kind of just know where everything is in here now. So it makes it a lot easier when I have time to go through my homeschool books. And I've got two boxes, I think, of things to list on Poshmark. So just things like that I can come in and function and do. And then hopefully now we can actually, pull out the ping pong table and stuff, and the kids can play, and we can actually utilize some of this stuff. So it's taken us, 2.5 days, but definitely worth it.